All right, welcome to another edition of our 11 Days of Remembrance. Nick Nielsen here along with the curator of the Southeast Military Museum, Craig Bird. And Craig, today we're talking about this fine pair of binoculars that you have down here.
Yeah, it was kind of a nice little find. I picked it up from another collector in Regina. And the interesting thing about this is it's a pre-World War I set of binoculars that has the gentleman's name on it. James S. Mold of 5434 Dooney Avenue in Regina. Caught my attention just because it's, again, another local person here in Regina. But it also has a little bit of history written on the back. He actually put the units that he had belonged to prior to World War I, as well as all of the units he served with during World War I. So I was able to pull up his military history throughout his service, and found out the poor gentleman was wounded twice in battle and also suffered from a gas attack during the course of the war. Fortunately, he survived and came back after the war, but lived in Regina. And the other interesting thing I found was, again, there's another gentleman's name on the pair of binoculars that were in the case. Again, goes to the 52nd Battalion. He was an officer out of Port Arthur, which is now Thunder Bay in Ontario. So it's just kind of interesting to see, again, some of that connection. And the more I dig into things and the more I find out, we have the 52nd seems to be a common theme with a lot of people from the southeast, as well as the Ontario regiments. So it's just kind of interesting to find those links and people that they took part in.
Now the other gentleman's name here, which DM Bowron looks like.
Yep.
Is there any? Do we have any idea where exactly he came from? Obviously part of the 52nd Regiment, but
yeah, he was actually out of Port Arthur in Ontario, and again survived the war. He actually his story is kind of interesting too, because he started out as a private and made it up through the ranks and ended up going through the war and attaining the rank of lieutenant, so an officer, and actually stayed with the Canadian Forces after World War I and attained the rank of major. He unfortunately passed away in 1927 of a gunshot wound, which is reportedly accidental, so I'm not sure what exactly happened, and I'm still trying to dig up some information about what had transpired with regards to that. But looked like he had turned the military experience into a career for himself, and unfortunately it was cut short.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but it's also another sacrifice that was made to help shape this country into what it is, and that's why preserving the history here is so important. Again, thank you for checking out another episode here of our 11 Days of Remembrance. Craig, again, thank you for the history lesson here. Another one is coming to you tomorrow on discoverestevan.com, but hey, you can see things in person right here at the Southeast Military Museum.